good, everybody? It's your boy Z in the mix, and this is the preview and productions for night one of WrestleMania. Now, this is gonna be at least 10 minutes, 10 minute for night one. So before we talk about, let me just pull the matches that's in the card. In night one, we got Gunther versus Jey Uso, War Raiders versus the New Day, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Mexico. Then we got Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Let's talk about this event. Let's talk about WrestleMania. What this means to you. And then we got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, and the main event, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Before we get to those matches, we gotta talk about Gunther versus Jey Uso. I mean, Gunther been whooping Jey Uso's ass like every match. Even he was the Intercontinental Champion. But it is time. There is time. Possibly, and I hope it will happen, that Jey Uso will somehow, some way, win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. That's my prediction. Gunther to lose to Jey Uso. Because he lost the world title. He lost the Intercontinental title last year to Sami Zayn. And I can believe that Sami Zayn, he's the only person to end the streaks, not the streaks, but the longest reigning champions. Like the Usos tag team champions with Kevin Owens. Then now with the Intercontinental Championship, and nobody talk about that shit, and that's crazy. Even though he would miss out this year's WrestleMania, but it's a shame. And Kevin Owens as well. But my prediction is Jey Uso to win the World Heavyweight Championship from, Gunther, and be the man to yeet as the World Heavyweight Champion and become a Triple Crown along with his cousin Roman Reigns, The Rock, and all Samoans. You know what I mean? It's Jey Uso time. He's way over Gunther's time reign. It was long. It was good while it lasts, but Jey Uso's, he will make it more better as the world champion, and everybody will be yeeting at that match. Another match, we will talk the War Raiders versus the New Day, for the World Tag Team Champions. Before I talk about it, I put out a tweet on Twitter that Triple H did not put the WWE Tag Team Champions on that card. He didn't put the WWE Tag Team Champions on the card. And that's kind of weird. Like, it's WrestleMania weekend. But instead, we will see a TLC match between the Street Profits, DIY, and the Motor City Machine Guns in the TLC triple threat match for those WWE Tag Team Champions. I mean, you could have really squeezed that match in WrestleMania. But instead, you want to have that match next week on SmackDown? Like, what the fuck is that, bro? You want to put that match next week on SmackDown instead of either night one, well, a night two. You know what I mean? A night two. Like, you have the Intercontinental Championship for one night, for night two. United States Championship for night one. You have the World Heavyweight Championship for night one, and the WWE Championship night two. You had the Women's Championship night one, the World Women's Championship night two, and then for some reason you didn't put the WWE Tag Team Champions on that bitch. And that, like, squeezing in the match, that could have been a good match. But no, you want to take that damn titles. Nah, we're gonna just have it next week. It would be fun. It's good on SmackDown, but it'd be more better if it's on WrestleMania. I'm like, that's an L moment for Triple H right there. You just have a titles be defended TV rather than on the PLE. But anyway, the World Tag Team Champions, I mean, to be honest, I don't even care who wins. I mean, shit. Maybe I hope New Day to win it, but to be honest, I don't care who wins the tag team match. I mean, I don't see what's up. I mean, it just, now, if it was like something care, like if it's a story wise, like example, like I said before, with the when Sami Zayn won the Usos longest reigning tag team championships. If it's like story something like that, I might be invested for it. But in this match, I don't give a fuck. So I don't care. I am addiction. I don't care. I just live like that. I don't care. But the other match, the Rey Mysterio versus El Grande. I'm gonna put it like this. I think El Grande might win that bitch. And the reason I say that is because he's gonna cheat. He's gonna cheat to win. So sorry, Ray. He's gonna cheat to win. Put that little metal plate on his mask and do a Chris Benoit headbutt, and boom, he wins the match. Simple. That's it. All due respect, Ray. You're gonna lose. Jade Cargill and Naomi match. Now this is the match that, like, maybe people are into that. You know, Naomi, the corporate all this time about, you know, and when Jade Cargill got pushed off the ledge and onto the car, and she was taken out for months. And then she came back in Elimination Chamber, dawned that she would be attacking Liv Morgan, because as we saw the footage, it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the ones that came in and attacked her. But in reality, it was Naomi that she came in and just beating the brakes out of Naomi so badly that she ended up having to take her out in the match. So Jade Cargill, she's most likely gonna win that match. So yeah, she's gonna whoop Naomi's ass. Sorry, Naomi. Now the United States Championship match between LA Knight of Jacob Fatu. I'm going for Jacob, because Jacob, he's still undefeated. Nobody has yet pinned that nigga. That freaky ass nigga. So most likely Jacob is gonna win that match and winning his first, well, not his first title, because it was a tag team title. Then the title was given to Tonga Lord, whatever, because Jacob got hurt. So that would be his first singles title. But yeah, Jacob most likely gonna win that match. So LA Knight, it was fun title reign, but your time is up. You're gonna lose. Then Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Now this, nobody cares about that match. Before the all scripted segment, because this match for the women's championship, these two women. I mean, Charlotte Flair returned at the Royal Rumble this year. obviously eliminates Roxanne Perez. That she lasted like 1 year. Roxanne, I mean, she will be called on the main roster, so let's just put that there. But Charlotte Flair, she's definitely going to. I have a feeling she may be gonna win, but I don't want to give her little hopes up because I think we saw Charlotte Flair lock eyes with Jay Cargill. That match is gonna happen down the line. So I think what I I'm believing that Charlotte will lose and have Tiffany win it, and then by backlash, Tiffany to drop the title, and then give it to Charlotte, and then the match between Jay Cargill and Charlotte for the women's title. That just should happen. That just should happen. You know, I mean, it should happen at Mania between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. So I think Charlotte's gonna take that L, and then Charlotte will win the title at Backlash. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So in night one, so as I was saying, Charlotte is gonna lose at night one, and then she will capture that title at Backlash the next month. So Tiffany's gonna win it. Now the main event for night one between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Paul, and Seth Rollins. This triple threat match, everybody been talking about. This been going on for like a hot minute now, because CM Punk joined forces with the OG bloodline back in War Games. You know, that time Roman, fighting against Solo, with the new bloodline and all that. I mean, now the bloodline is most likely just fizzled out now, because nobody now is just. So this match here, this triple threat match is gonna be massive crash outs. It's gonna be a hell of crash outs. All right, it's gonna be a crash outs, and it's gonna be a hell of a match, because we have and then for some, and then the months later after the War Games, CM Punk, Rollins got at it, Punk beat him, and then the War Rumble, Punk eliminated both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and then Punk eventually got eliminated by punk ass Logan Paul. And then they crashed out. Rollins really just double stomped Roman's head in, caved Roman's head in, and then Rollins and Punk brawled out, and then Rollins stomped Reigns in the head. Pause. Stomped Reigns out on the steps, and then weeks later in the steel cage match between Rollins and Punk, Roman dragged that nigga Rollins out of the cage, helping Rollins to win, and Roman just destroyed both Punk and Rollins. And then Punk could talk about the "you owe me a favor," Paul, and then eventually Paul Heyman told him, "Well, we got here, yeah, go and say no to Punk for his favor," and then after that, the bloodline is fizzled. The OG bloodline is fizzled away now, because Roman Reigns just pushed Paul Heyman away, so therefore Reigns and Paul are over. They're no more, so therefore Look at my Jay. All black. I meant to tell you the Jay, he's been locked the fuck in. Okay, I meant to say before the first, you know, Jay is locked the fuck in because he have been doing yeet, and that's a good thing. Even though he should have been beating the brakes out of Gunther after he put his twin blood on him. So I believe because that's why I want Jay to win this match, because he has to win it. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? So back to the triple threat match. My predictions, I will I would definitely give it to Punk. You know, I would definitely give that to Punk. And the reason is that you know, Punk, this is his first main event of WrestleMania. And the fact that he's never main evented, even though he was going to main event that 2014's WrestleMania, even though he walked out after the Royal Rumble and never wrestled again until with the AEW, then blah, 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 yeah. But the fact that that man never main event, after that pipe bomb and all that shit, that's criminal. Not having CM Punk to main evented at WrestleMania is criminal. Even though he main event other events, but WrestleMania never, that's criminal. Alright? That is a criminal thing to do. That's all Vince's fault. Alright? That's all Vince McMahon's fault, that not having this nigga Punk to main event it. And finally, Punk is main eventing WrestleMania with two other top big time stars. You know, last year's Roman Reigns held the World Championship, the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, to Cody Rhodes and lost it, and have Cody finish the story. And then, well, we'll talk about that a little bit. But Punk, I believe he deserves that win. So, I mean, he's the one that created the Shield. Punk is the one that created the Shield. And because he's the one that created the Shield, you know, with Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins. And they eventually became big time stars. You know, Ambrose went to AEW as John Moxley, and he's still the current AEW World Champion with the Death Watch, even though that shit is sucked. But yeah. So I would definitely give it to Punk. So yeah, my predictions for night one winners, I would say Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. You know what? I'm gonna give it the winner for the World Heavyweight Championship. Excuse me, Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And I will give it the one prediction for the. I'd say the New Day. I don't care. They were the World Tag Team Champions. Grande gonna cheat. Jay Cargill gonna win. Jacob gonna win the U.S. title. Tiffany gonna win to retain. And Punk gonna win that triple threat. That's my predictions. Okay, I might be wrong. I don't give a fuck. And now we're going to night two, because we got another triple threat between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, No Judgment Day, versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Tag Team Champions. Then we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. The Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Sin City Street Fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. And Randy Orton is added in the match with returning superstar. We'll talk about that soon. And then the main event between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Y'all watch SmackDown? They were cooking each other. The tonight's SmackDown, man, they were cooking the shit out of each other. So, yeah. And yeah, we'll talk about that later. For the Women's World Championship, shit. Now, this is gonna be tough for me because this triple threat women's match, even though it's supposed to be Bianca and Rhea Ripley, but then Io Sky won it, and then that changed, and then Ripley decides to weasel her way because, like, you can't have WrestleMania without mommy. You know what I'm saying? Without Rhea Ripley. So, and before we choose, and also Bianca been getting booed. Bianca Belair been getting booed. So I have a feeling that she may end up turning heel. And I don't know, cause people start booing, cause they were booing the hell out of her tonight's SmackDown, and they booing the hell out of her at the overseas when the WWE went overseas for the international, it would be the European tour. So I have a feeling Bianca may end up turning heel at some point. So for the triple threat women's match for the women's world title, I would say Bianca. She's undefeated, by the way. She's undefeated at WrestleMania, by the way. So I would say Bianca winning the World Women's title. So sorry, Bianca. She's undefeated. So what do you expect? You know what I mean? And sorry too, Rhea Ripley. Bianca gonna win that bit. win that shit. And the women's tag team championships. I don't fucking care about this match. I don't fucking care about this match. You know what I mean? I don't care about this women's tag team championships. I would just wish they just get rid of those titles and just focus for the Intercontinental Women's Championships and the Women's United States Championships, and most likely Liv and Raquel may end up retain, and Bailey gonna end up turning on Lyra, and because Bailey been in a losing spree because she recently lost her match against Lyra on Raw for the Intercontinental Championship. So basically, Liv and Morgan and Raquel may end up retaining their titles, and Bailey gonna end up turning on Lyra, and they will set a match down the line where Bailey be a heel, and then beat the brakes out of Lyra and winning the Intercontinental Women's Championship down the line. So next match, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I had a feeling that AJ may win this one. You know, I mean, even though last year Logan won his WrestleMania match, so, but for the United States Championship, well, retaining his United States Championship, even though his title reign that time was just, because he only defended twice, and that's it. He held that title hostage. You know, so I would say AJ gonna win that match. So I don't fucking care about Logan Paul. In the fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship between the champion Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Now this match, this is like the first time the Intercontinental Championship is defended in a fatal four-way. Even though it happened in triple threat, but a fatal four-way never happened. Even though it happened in multiple man match, because 2 years in a row, remember, because like back in 2014, no, It was 2015 and 2016 that they had two annual um 7 men, multiple men ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. They should bring that back because Scott Hall was the Intercontinental Championship. He passed away in 2022, and they should bring that damn the multi-man ladder match because that match. I mean, basically that match. They should bring it back for a memorial for Scott Hall because this match right here. I mean, that match would have been great. Like, they brought the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is one of Carmelo Hayes. Spoiler alert, if you didn't watch SmackDown. Like that. They should do it for the Intercontinental Championship every year. Because remember, Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels, they had a greatest ladder match. They had their first ladder matches in WWE history. Like, a favorite first ladder match. Between Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels over for the Intercontinental Championship. That was like a fantastic match. They had a fantastic match at WrestleMania, then SummerSlam, So, yeah. But this match, I'll say Dominic. Because I have a feeling that he may end up winning his first Intercontinental Championship. I mean, I like to see Penta, but I think we'll have to wait for him to become a championship. So, I'm going to say Dominic, because Finn may end up hitting the coup de grace or whatever on Balor or whatever. On Balor. Finn might hit Braun Breaker with the coup de grace and then end up taking advantage and winning the Intercontinental Championship for the first time in his career. He was a North American Championship in NXT twice and tag team champion, but I think it's time for Dominic to wear have a strap again. So I have a feeling that Dominic may end up winning that title. And then the Sin City Street fight between Priest and McIntyre. So this match, I mean, I had a feeling that this match, I will say maybe, I say Damian Priest may end up winning because the reason I say Damian Priest may win it because because remember when I may have to change it to Drew. I mean, we seen this shit before from Drew. This nigga just fucking snatch the chain off Priest. Because remember last year when Punk had a rivalry of the year with Drew, right? This nigga, that time Drew snatched the nigga beads out of his shit and just destroyed the bracelet with beads and destroys that shit. You know what I'm saying? Priest and then Drew McIntyre ends up facing Punk in they got match of the year, rivalry and match of the year, Hell in a Cell match, and of course Punk won that shit and ended that feud. I mean, and it was on Bad Blood, and that was a perfect PLE event for those two rivals to end. So basically, because originally it all started when Punk cost Drew a match, Drew is the one that fucked himself for not just walk out with a world title in hand. So he was parading that title over Punk and eventually had to lose the title because of that shit. And of course, many months after months, months and months, Priest and McIntyre fought in it's Triple H and Clash of the Castle. The match between Punk came out as a referee, and then goes Drew McIntyre between Priest and McIntyre, where McIntyre lost the title because of Punk as a referee, and then at Money in the Bank, in that triple thread between Priest, Rollins, and McIntyre himself, you know, I mean, originally it was Priest and Rollins for the 1-on-1, and then McIntyre came in and cashed it in. That same night, he just win and then Punk came by and screwed Drew out of the title, and Priest retained the championship. And then at SummerSlam, blah blah blah. Y'all know the story. So originally been going on since last year when Priest cashed in the contract on Drew McIntyre. So in this street fight, I may end up going for Drew for this one, and then Priest may end up get one on Drew, and then I feel that Priest may end up win the title. Win the match, and whatever.
All right, so let's get Triple H over here. I'm gonna slide right in here, guys. You have a shot of this, guys? All right, here we go. Presented by WWE to Triple H tonight on your induction to the Hall of Fame.
Wow. A Triple H statue. Okay.
Any thoughts when you see this?
Okay, back in the predictions. So this is the bonus match. I mean, Randy Orton is in the WrestleMania. He will have a match against someone that's returning to WWE. Either is Rusev or Aleister Black. So I think Aleister Black may end up returning next week. So I would say Rusev. And I would say fuck. Because there's no way they would do this. I would say Rusev may end up winning. I don't know why, but I would say he would be winning against Randy Orton. So I would say like this. If it's not Rusev, I hope it's somebody that's returning to the company. Because it has to be Rusev because, he's got released from the AEW. I mean, they have been using that nigga for like forever. It's a shame that they used him for for time he was a TNT champion, and they fucking just didn't use him ever since. Even though they brought him back for Collision, but they fucking didn't use him afterwards, and that's it. Along with Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints as a new North American championship, so we all saw how that went. But yeah. So Randy, I don't think he will win that match. I have a feeling he may not end up winning that match. I don't know, but if it's somebody else, I would say Randy Orton to win. But if it's Rusev, I hope he wins the match, and then eventually he will finish his story next year's WrestleMania to win the world title. Or, if I'm not mistaken, they may end up having Rusev to win the title maybe this year. Because, Rusev deserves a title. He deserves a major world title because, when the Rusev Day went wild, that time with Vince, they just made him. I was rooting for him to win the WWE Championship for AJ Styles, and that didn't happen. So basically, I hope they Triple H do it better with Rusev, and I hope that, uh, hoping that this will change the the direction for his career, because it should have happened with Vince, but you know how Vince does. If it's something's not his idea, he gonna find a way to bury your ass. So yeah. So hopefully Rusev will be the one to face Randy as a mysterious opponent, and because we had this happen before when Rollins demanded that WrestleMania match, and then Cody Rhodes came back, returned, and beat Rollins that night. So it's gonna be like a deja vu. So Randy, if Rusev came back, Randy most likely gonna put him over. And yeah, hopefully it's somebody good. I don't know. Now, this main event for the WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Now, this match, I know people talked about it that Cena should be the one to win it. To be real honest, my thoughts about this when John Cena turned heel, like go off the jump. I mean, during this rivalry, I mean, hell, that night when John Cena turned heel, Mac turned heel, The Rock and Travis Scott. I don't know why his tweaking ass was there. They came in. Rock, wants Cody to sell his soul, have Cody Rhodes' soul and shit. And Rhodes told him, "Hey Rock, go fuck yourself." And then The Rock gave him John Cena the throat jester thing, and then John Cena ended up, low blowing and beat the shit out of Cody. It would have been the best way to turn heel. It would be at WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber, I mean, yeah, but I would rather wait to WrestleMania to go on and to be a heel. Like, it happened the time when Stone Cold turned heel, even though his heel run wasn't good because people are still cheering for him. But I would say that John Cena heel should have happened at Mania instead of at months before Mania happened. And Cody Rhodes, I mean, it was crazy last year that Cena was one of those people that helped Cody Rhodes to win the WWE Championship from Roman Reigns. He attacked Solo. He AA Solo through the announce table, laid his ass out, then get rock bottom by The Rock eventually afterwards. I mean, I really, really, really. I mean, if it not happened to WrestleMania, it might happen at SummerSlam though, between Cena winning the WWE Championship. But I have a sick feeling that Cena may end up winning the championship at WrestleMania and then had to defend that title eventually, because this WrestleMania is his final WrestleMania, because
What does the Hall of Fame ceremony mean to a Logan Paul? Dude, the fact that this is my third, fourth year wrestling, and I'm already being inducted into the Hall of Fame, is one of the greatest accomplishments of my life. I'm
but
the youngest
for,
man
for
to ever be
some
inducted,
reason
6 years ahead of The Rock. So to be honest with you, I'm at a
but
loss
for
for
some
words.
reason I may ended up
Appreciate the question, and
I had to
I can't
go
wait for
for
you to see
Cena for this one,
Yeah, no,
because I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
feeling that he may end up winning. I mean, I want Cody to win it,
Forewarning, it has a little
but it
ARP,
make more
but
sense to Cena to win it and become a 17-time world champion, surpassing Ric Flair's record, even though he has more championship title reigns, but WWE only counted for 16 time. But I would say
boss and a collaborator.
that
And man, I wouldn't
the
forget about them believing in me. So for sure,
John Cena
I think so. Yeah, and
is gonna to win the WWE Championship for his final year
I told you.
at WrestleMania against Cody. The downline, Cody will regain the championship from John Cena, and that'd be it. Unless John will make it the 18th time. I don't know, cause like the man would say, anything can happen to WWE, and yeah. So
We have 90 seconds left, Jackie.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
Here too.
Well, okay.
and so
Great to see you.
let's go to each rundown for night two.
I do want to ask you about Paul
For night two WrestleMania matches. My picks for night two. I had Bianca winning the Women's World Championship. I have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to retain their Women's Tag Team Champions, and Bayley turning heel on Lyra. AJ Styles beating Logan. Dominic Mysterio to win his first Intercontinental Championship. McIntyre to win the Sin City Street fight. I will have Randy Orton to lose to Rusev. If it's somebody else, I hope Randy wins. But I would say Randy should put somebody over. And I have, unfortunately, John Cena to win, because I have a feeling he may end up winning. I may be wrong, I may be right, I don't know. But we will find out at,
All right, Paul Heyman.
at WrestleMania.
15 seconds away.
So,
WWE Hall of Fame ceremony.
therefore,
And Byron Saxton.
so therefore,
Thank you so much.
I hope y'all enjoyed my preview
Enjoy the show. It's been a pleasure. See you later.
and predictions. So, I'll see yous again. I'll see yous again on the live stream for WrestleMania Night 1. And so support your boy. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me everywhere. So don't forget. Alright, so peace, everybody.